Simplifying rational expressions often involves a lot of factoring. So you want to look at each term, of the expression, the numerator and denominator of each fraction, and see if it can be factored and see if you could simplify from there. X squared plus 4x, the numerator of the first fraction, can be factored. It's with a GCF. Take out an x, you get an x plus 4. The numerator on the other side, x squared minus 25, is a dots. Factors to x plus 5, x minus 5. The denominator, 3x plus 12, is also a GCF. Take out a 3 and you get an x plus 4. And 5 minus x, it can't really be factored. There's no greatest common factor. It's not a dots. It's not a trinomial. So it can't be factored, but we are going to use it. But let's just hold off on that for a second and see what we can simplify. And we're looking for any terms that the numerators and denominators have in common. And it can be between different fractions, like this x plus 4. We can cancel that out. And, we would like to cancel out this x minus 5 and this 5 minus x, but that's really not quite the same thing. But we can tell we would like to cancel it out. So what we can do, we can't just cross out 5 minus x, but we can alter it so that it becomes an x minus 5. And the way to do that is you can actually factor out a -1 and switch it around to x minus 5. See, what factoring out a -1 does is basically you divide everything by a -1, and the signs change, and you can switch the order of things. 5 becomes negative, and x becomes positive, and so you can flip it around. So now we can factor out, cross out the x minus 5s. And we see that that's basically everything else that can be crossed out. And what's left on top is an x and an x plus 5. I'm just going to put them next to each other in a form of multiplication. I could multiply it out to x squared plus 5x if I wanted to. And on the bottom, we have a -1 and a 3. And because they're just numbers, I am going to multiply those to -3. And that's how I'm going to express my final answer.